much. And let them say, no, we have failed in our duties and you don't have free post-secondary education yet. They can't do it. They've given it to you. It's right there. But you have to educate yourself enough to go and grab it. This same process can be used. It's very simple. It's a notice of your understanding, a notice of your intent, a claim of the right to do this. You serve these basic things on anyone who might be affected by it. Anyone who is demanding payment, and I don't care why they're demanding payment. I don't care if they're a collection agency. I don't care if they are a bank, a court, a government agency, whatever. You're going to find the exact same process, the exact same steps will bring you to the remedy you seek. You serve your notice of your understanding, a notice of your intent, operate upon a claim of right, and you will find a lot of these demands that they're making, thank you very much, it's paid. And you are not harming, you are not ripping off, you are actually doing something that is extraordinarily beneficial for your society. You are taking us out of debt and you're creating a stronger and a more dynamic society where we have power over the government and we're not feeling like we're being crushed.
Right.
Here, here.
Right. Yes. Absolutely.
Is that number on the back of the birth certificate, does that in any way tie into the SIN number?
No. No, your social insurance number, I believe, is entirely separate, and what it does is it puts you into the realm of being a government agent or employee, and you've done so, here's my bond, take care of that. So
does this apply to an immigrant who's a Canadian citizen?
if you can vote,
Yeah, Canadian citizen.
if you can vote, then that number exists, or if it doesn't, if that right doesn't, the right must be there. That's what citizenship must entail. And yet, if it's not clearly there, it's still your remedy is going to be serving a notice of understanding and intent and claim of right. And claim the right as an immigrant. Say, hey, I'm just as Canadian as anyone else now. And the way I look at it, all of these boundaries, none of those are made by God. Those are all made by man, and they are all meant to divide us and to keep us separate.
But if the person's a citizen, then it applies.
I would believe that it would. Although there's another argument that says only those who are born here would have a right to this claim, that otherwise you might be able to make a counterclaim. But personally, if I had to choose, I would defend, if I was an immigrant here, I would claim the right.
Benefit the society.
Yeah, I would claim the right.
Do you forego health benefits if you
No. Bear in mind, they have a duty to provide you with health care, and if you craft a notice of understanding and intent that covers that and says you have a duty to provide me. See, they talk about health insurance and how you must have health insurance. They cannot deny you health coverage because you don't have insurance. All they can do is maybe get a different way of paying for it, but you've got every right, craft a notice of understanding and intent and say, okay, I'll pay for the insurance, but the payments are coming from this. Or payment for the health care itself is coming from this. And what I've done before is I've secured services from them. I broke my elbow. I said, I don't have health insurance. I don't intend on getting it, but you're welcome to bring me a bill. And I asked them for a bill, and none of them wanted to hit me with a bill.
Just from that statement?
Well, I told them I don't have insurance, I'm not getting any, but I'll pay for it. If you give me a proper bill, I will honor your bill. And I figured I'd pay for it. It was my own stupidity, I'd pay for it. But none of them could actually and lawfully give me a bill because they have a fundamental duty to provide the services anyways, and what they're doing with the insurance is just finding double payment. They're getting you to pay for something that you can achieve by way of a claim of right. But instead you're applying for insurance.
This is really important, Robert. Myself and a pile of us are. I got to pay about $120 every time I see a medical doctor because I refuse to take drugs, so I have to.
No, because you have not served a notice of understanding and intent and a claim of right. That's why you're doing that.
Okay, so if I, what would I have to do? Like this is.
You would have to craft a notice of understanding and intent and a claim of right.
Privately, so. Basically, we can.
Dude, if you, yes, and if you're starting with the concept that we have to pay, then that's where the game is starting from. You've already lost.
For future appointments.
Yeah, well, I would serve them a notice of understanding and intent. Let it bring them to the place where you understand, yes, you're going to be paid. Essentially, you're not avoiding payment. All you're doing is you're accessing an account that you didn't know you had access to prior, and you're going to be writing, instead of a check on a bank account, a bill of exchange on this account.
Thank you. That's very important.
So would